Welcome back, everyone, to the Caster Bash, where we're second game into the series with Liquid Ret, who is behind us. Ret, how are you feeling after, I guess, destroying me?
I think it was a great warm-up, and I think you played a really good game. But it's going to be fun with Kevin.
All right. Ret, you were telling us, man, are you going to hold anything back for this Dutch rivalry?
No, I'm going to make so many Swarm hosts. It's going to be fun.
Well,
I think it's actually OP right now in ZVP.
You think so?
Yeah.
Like, I find them to be super, super expensive, and they come late. How do you actually approach them?
Once you get like Swarm host, Hydra, and then like Corruptors, and you basically your army doesn't die. I find. So.
Okay. So is it
I
like
played like 15 ladder games today, and it worked in every game.
Is it like similar to like Terran versus Zerg in StarCraft 1, where it's just you build up this super, super strong army, you take the economic hit no matter what, but you know you're going to get retention and very high efficiency later on? Or are you keeping up with the economy?
I think it's just a very hard to break combo of units, no matter what Protoss has, really. So I think it's just great to work towards that.
Okay.
And it's more mobile than Brute Lord Infestor. That's why I like it so much.
Gotcha. And they're all free.
Yeah, all free units.
Well, I'm really excited for it. Good luck, Red, and we're about to get into game number 2 with Kevin Reddencourt Rotterdam and Liquid Ret, also known as Yoste Crew.
That's right, Cloud Kingdom. Frodan, this is the first time we've casted since finals.
Since NASL finals. It's been a long time, man. And even then,
Way
it's
too long.
It's a new game. It's a new game, Hardest Swarm. Now, it's really funny because Kev picked Cloud Kingdom, not a Hardest Swarm map, but it is in the map pool. So I'm interested to see what shots that Kev has on this, because I know that all of us get to choose the map. I chose Howling Peak because Reaper distance is so close, and I'm like,
I was saying you should have picked that 2v2 map.
Oh,
that would be so messed up.
Core Hall City?
Yeah,
oh, my gosh.
That was so messed up, dude.
I would not be able to find it. Like, my Reapers are like, I have like 10 Reapers by the time I find them because I can't.
That is a gigantic map. Anyway, you heard it yourself. Liquid Ret is not holding back.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and introduce these Smurfs. So Novosibirsk.
Novosibirsk.
Do you know what that means?
It's like the capital of Siberia, I think.
Oh. Yep. That is Rotterdam. He's spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Cloud Kingdom. We all know and love this map. Top right-hand position, we have Liquid Ret as the red Zerg. Frodan, I really have to say, you played really, really well. Like,
man,
really well.
I really should have kept production. I was tempted to just switch into like massive amounts of factories, because you can do that, Reaper into Mech, into like Sky Terran. But for some reason, I was just like, I don't think Mech's very good on this map. And because I've played around with it a lot, but the counterattacks onto the other paths, like behind you, is really annoying. I don't know. I guess I just it was indecisive, and that's why I kind of made barracks, I kind of made factories, and I really was indecisive. But that just shows my lack of experience with playing on with that build. I've pilled it like maybe 10 times. So.
Or even high level.
Yeah.
Super high level competition.
Because he punished me immediately, and I was like, oh man.
Like, oh, you don't want to choose? Okay, I'll smash you.
It's like, oh man, if I don't do anything in a fight, Mike Tyson will punch me. It's like,
It's okay. 0.0001% of the world. Seriously, 0.0001% of the world probably don't have that type of experience that you just had. So,
but it's great, and
really
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the cool thing is that at that moment, it's just you really realize how well you handle yourself under pressure. Because there was this moment where Ret was typing, I'm sweating a little, and I'm like, dude. The back of my shirt is completely drenched right now, man. I'm sweating a lot, so. Well, real fun.
Already we see Rotterdam really taking advantage of Ret's style. He's starting out with the Nexus first. You only do this, Nexus first without scouting. You only do this if you know your opponent is not going something like 6-pool, 8-pool, 10-pool, whatever. Any early game pressure. And, obviously just going the Nexus, the Forge, then Gateway. So he's being super, super greedy with this, which I love. I think this is great.
Like, I think everyone was seeing for a while back in DreamHack or even in Pro League, the slow Zergling all-in, especially on Cloud Kingdom. You can tuck the Zerglings by the third of the Protoss and just try to send it at a really opportune moment when Protoss just has their first cannon. There's nothing they can do to block it if they don't scout it. That was originally for the Nexus first in response. So, but Kev knows it's Ret, the King of Drones, so he's gonna just play with that knowledge accordingly.
That's right. He does throw down the spawning pool, and look at this. He puts the hatchery down before getting the first queen. I like this style. Just focusing on getting as much creep, I should say, as possible. I thought the queen was coming out of the main. I'm sorry, I stuttered a little bit there. but it's in fact coming out of the natural. Just focusing on getting as much of your gosh, what am I trying to say? Your creep as possible in order to defend against potential all-ins, because we know Rotterdam, he is a little bit all-in-y sometimes, but I don't think he's going to do that here.
Well, see, I would agree, but Kevin, actually, I've talked to Kevin a lot, and he really doesn't like 2-base all-ins and Protoss versus Zerg anymore. So while he still has that, I think his Protoss versus Terran, he has some really sick 2-base timings. And obviously in PvP, everything's kind of like a 1-base.
Sure.
In PvZ, he does like to play 3-base timings. And, you know, Kev used to be known as the king of the Void Rays, but I don't think that's actually applicable in this matchup anymore.
He is going to probably go Stargate, though. Stargate is super powerful right now. It has a lot of flexibility. And, you know, Phoenixes are still good. And when I was playing against him, he went Stargate. So there it is. Stargate goes down. He doesn't really feel like a Robo player. And I feel like Robo has a lot less options than Stargate these days. Just because you can go Void Ray pressure, you can go Phoenix pressure, you can also go Oracle pressure.
That's actually exactly what I was going to say. All the units that come out of the Stargate is a threat in its own regard. You know, you can go for Standing Wings of Liberty, Phoenix, Robo into a fast third, but Oracle pressure, we've been seeing players like White Raw really explore I guess the abusiveness, man. If you make 5 Oracles, you can take out a Hatchery, a Queen, and 2 Spores easily in an instant. And sure, it's 750 gas, but when you can completely surprise Zerg opponent and they have no anti-air in response, they're completely boned for the rest of the game.
That's right, and hopefully we get to see some of that, but the first Phoenixes are on the way out right now. He's going to chrono boost those as soon as possible. 4th gas goes down at a pretty standard timing. You normally get your gases actually at 6:30. This should notify Rhett that there isn't a 2-base all-in normally. The range he has to defend against is Stargate pressure, Twilight Blinkstalker pressure, something like Immortal all-ins, and also Dark Templars. But he's done a good job. He's going to go ahead and scout out now. 7 minutes is the normal time that you do that. And he's just trying to see ranges and try to you know, limit the ranges of his opponent.
That's right. Rhett has Overlord on track to see a Stargate in the corner, and Kev wants to Rotterdam wants to surprise his opponent with 4 Phoenixes, or he's just going to spot the Overlord and immediately take care of it, though, instead.
Oh, man, this is so smart, by the way. He's pressuring up with the Zerglings at the front to make sure the Stalker is there. That way the Overlord gets in to see everything as much as possible. He sees the 2 Phoenixes, 3rd Phoenix is out now, and Kevin's just waiting for a 4th one, and then he can go ahead and do stuff. But 4 Phoenixes, obviously the magical number. You can lift up a Queen, go ahead and shut it down.
And Rhett's done this so well because, just like you said, Andre, Kev played greedy. Rhett saw he was playing greedy, so he played greedy in response. And he's been able to get up a comfortable drone lead and still be able to make a good number of spores. He overmade spores just in case. And, you know, he still has a comfortable economic advantage. So Rhett, I mean, he was saying he wasn't holding back. He's playing full-loaded eco. And if Kevin's not careful, Rhett can just overrun him like he overran, well, every single opponent he did in 2012.
That's right, man. And he's getting in here, kills a single Overlord so far. He will get a drone probably. There it is. But won't be able to do that much. I mean, Red has, as you said, his spores overmade. They're all over the place in great locations.
Yeah.
And it shuts down everything. And from this, look at that. Red actually puts down a 4th base. I love that decision.
Yeah, I mean, he sees that Rotterdam is going for, I keep calling him Kevin. Rotterdam is going for more additional Phoenixes, so he's going to plant his 4th base while playing greedy. And what's so interesting is that during this entire time, other than the first batch of Zerglings to pressure the front, Rhett hasn't made any units, so he is powering straight to Swarmos. Look at the Infestation Pit already on the way along with Hydralisk, and Rhett hasn't had to sacrifice anything. He's just continued to expand, and while Rotterdam does get his own 3rd base and there's no way for Rhett to pressure initially, this is exactly what Rhett would like.
Yeah, this is beautiful. I mean, if you can concentrate all your stuff into just getting Swarm Host or whatever infestation pit tech. Now that sounds weird. Then obviously you're going to be the most optimal, because realistically he should be making Roaches, he should be making Zerglings and Hydras to defend against potential 2-base all-ins, but Red is playing this super greedy, and I love what we're seeing. 6 Phoenixes out in the field, by the way. That is a really odd number.
Yeah, normally you stop at 4, maybe 5, 6. You know, it does also play into the fact that mutos are very good. Mutos are extremely effective in Zerg versus Protoss and Heart of the Swarm because of the speed buff and the regeneration just allows you to poke in and out. You can absorb some Stalker shots and be able to keep those mutos and retain them.
Yeah.
So having Phoenixes to constantly pressure is normally what Protosses like to do. But in this scenario, Rotterdam's about to discover the Hydralisks.
Loses one Phoenix. Wow, that DPS is just so goddamn fast. He has +1 missile attacks already. So you can see Rhett really invested into this now, getting evolved enduring locusts to give that +10 seconds each of his locusts, meaning that as soon as the cooldown finishes, he has more locusts to pop out from his swarm host. I really like that upgrade, getting it super, super early. But still, no swarm hosts yet. He's building to that Hydra Corruptor, I guess, first. Nope, there it is.
No, that's from host. And from here, you know, some Protoss might be confused when they initially scout. They say Hydras with no roaches. So what might be going? But we obviously have the insight from Rhett himself saying Swarm Host, Hydra. And what makes it really good is that Hydra Swarm Host is really nice at trading with your opponent. Sure, your opponent might have Colossus, but as soon as you just burrow the Swarm Host and let the Locust do damage to the buildings, even if you take out one gateway, that's free units for something that they lose. And you keep chipping. And the worst part about it, Andre, is that you burrow, the units make immediately, and then you unburrow and move to another location.
Yeah.
Just like Rhett says, kill the observer. Protoss will never be able to guess where the locusts are coming from.
That's right, and it makes them, as Rhett said, so freaking mobile. I mean, that's such a valuable thing because you're dealing with the locusts. It's like, well, I need to actually attack the root of my problems, which of course is the actual unit. And how can he do that? Now, one thing Kevin has going for him is if he gets to the point where he kills off all the Hydras, kills off all the Zerglings, he has a couple of Phoenixes still to lift them up. And that's something that's so valuable. Just as many as possible, you take them out because right now Red is on, what, 4 bases? You can make a total of, I think, 8 a minute, 8 swarm hosts a minute. That's not a lot of swarm hosts given, you know, the gas count, maybe 9. Excuse me. So it's not that many swarm hosts considering it's 4 bases. So you have to limit that and you'll be in a good position. I mean, get your Colossus count up, you're good to go.
And at the same time, the Hydras do provide good support because things like Void Rays or Tempest, Oracles even, can really throw a wrench into plans. And we'll see how Rhett's going to be able to execute. He has his Overseer also with his army, so there's going to be no way for Rotterdam to get good spotting unless he uses his Phoenix to dart in and out. Even then, this is going to be where Rhett can completely control the map, take the corners, continue to get bases 5 and 6, and get Hive Tech out if he needs to. Meanwhile, Kevin, Rotterdam is going to go into full Colossus production. Double Robo, going to go up to 7 Colossus. He only has 10 Stalkers.
Yeah, he needs a lot more Stalkers because Corruptors are on the way out, if not already out. You can see 3 Corruptors over here, but I think a total of 9 are out. 6. And 6 more in production. So this is looking really, really dicey for Kevin. He needs at all costs to protect those Corruptors. If he protects the Corruptors, if he protects the Corruptors, he will be in a great spot to just overwhelm his opponent. He has a lot of momentum. He needs to force field a lot of units out right now. And
well, yes, he needs to immediately deal with this. Look at the massive Locust. It's just going to take a few volleys from the Colossus. You can look at that. One Colossus immediately drops. The Corruptors are going into it. More Stalkers are being warped in to take out, and there's a lot of Hydras actually taking unnecessary damage from Rhett as he is focused on other stuff, making more Zerglings while attacking to Hive. Rotterdam, he is going to lose a lot of expensive Colossus. They're out in front, and Rotterdam's trying to do everything too much at once, and he's losing so much of his army, and just like that, the Swarm hosts are okay, but how's the Protoss army doing?
It's not okay. 200 against 85 out of 200.
Oh my
God. Yeah, this is good.
This is insane. He had 5 cannons, he had Purify, he had Colossus, Sentry Energy, Stalkers, and even then, Rhett can continue to wail away. And, you know, he's even keeping the Swarm Host there. Normally, you kind of separate at least the back half, maybe like 4 or 5, poke at the natural, start attacking the Forge. Protoss feels so helpless in that regard.
Frodan, not to call him out too much, but Mr. Bitter is nowhere near as effective as Rhett when he does
Nice.
Okay?
Ben is like, oh, Swarm Hosts are so bad. How could you ever use Swarm Hosts? But I think, I mean, if you use them sparingly, I think it's really effective. And Rhett, I mean, I guess the Zerglings were immediately made to completely supplement the army in case it was just a full bum rush to the Swarm Host. Again, this is just minerals that Rhett really doesn't need. He's trying to go to Greater Spire, has his Corruptors. Corruptors with that composition could go straight to Brewers. I like this transition. Rhett seems to have this build figured out very, very thoroughly.
Frodan, I'm feeling Terran right now. I'm feeling my match against Red.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to go for Terran. GG.
I don't think I want to play Frodan anymore.
Oh, man. You know, it's kind of cool, too, because Kevin lasted for 18 minutes, and I lasted for 19.
Oh,
so, yeah!
shit. Oh, sorry.
No. You know, in the end, it's still a loss.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Rhett. $50 is in your pockets. Those of you wondering, if Mr. Bitter doesn't manage to make it back from LA in time, we will have another re-roll between Andre and Rotterdam.
Nice try, Kev. That's info, bro. We all know. Yes, cheated.
Kev, so how'd you feel, man?
I don't know. I just felt I didn't play very well. Like I made a couple of small macro mistakes. Like I forgot my Twilight console. Instead of making Twilight, I made my second Robo Bay. I have no idea why I did that.
Oh.
So I couldn't get my upgrades going. So I had really terrible upgrades, and I think that like made quite a difference. So normally I would have maybe better upgrades. I can actually focus the Corruptors down, because I felt in that fight, even though like in the end it turned into a steamroll, there's like one sort of close moment that if I keep 3 Colossus alive and like the Corruptors have to back off because I focus fire them better with better upgrades.
I'm convinced that if you would have gotten the Twilight Council, you would have crushed Red.
Yeah, he wouldn't have he wouldn't have stood a chance.
No, I wouldn't have said so. But even though like as I said, in the end, like the fight kind of looked like a massacre, I feel it really came down to one small moment where if I'm maybe able to push the Corruptors back a little bit quicker, then suddenly I can keep the Nexus alive, and then I'm not in that bad shape, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think if you force field, just line force field everything, it's like it gives you so much momentum.
I don't know. I wasn't like, I felt my focus in that fight wasn't very good. I was kind of like on the attack move, and I kind of like saw how everything was going. I felt it was okay, and I started too late with using my Stalkers to focus down the Corruptors. I should have done that quicker, but I don't know, kind of like a blackout. What did you think, Jos?
I thought it was very close, and like you said, there was one moment where it was really close. But the fun thing about Swarmos is that even if you beat the first wave, they just come again and again and again, and I can kill your observer every time you come over them. It's really OP actually. I haven't lost a game against Protoss with it, so
it's like Lurker
I think you did a pretty good job. It was
AI.
like any other ladder Protoss, really.
What did he say? I couldn't hear.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
He said you did just as good as any ladder Protoss would have.
Yeah, but that's a compliment, man.
He says that's a compliment. All right, so I guess that's only there's only one piece of paper left in here, Andre.
Yeah.
So we can.
And it's Mr. Bitter.
It's Mr. Bitter. All right, so as Andre gets ready to go out, we're gonna go to commercial break. When we come back, the third game of the Caster Bash here at NASL with Liquid Red will return.